weren't already talking. I mean, if we're not recording, I'll talk about that song in the beginning.
I mean, do you have your passport?
I'll be getting mine. I don't know why.
What about your vaccinations?
I cannot hear the word passport without laughing ever again.
Yo, you're gonna be in a serious situation, but this is gonna happen. Like, sir, do you have your passport on? You're just gonna sit over there laughing. Like, what's so funny about you having your passport?
You have ruined that word for me. I can never leave this country.
Like, you'll have to just show people the video. Like, I don't see what's so funny about this.
The world is just falling apart, and my only hope is to just get out and go to a different continent, and I can't do that because I can't get out of the country because I can't stop laughing. And
Mick can't get through customs.
God.
Or if they do, they keep doing cavity searches because they think he's fucking trying to smuggle something.
Robert wants to take you to America.
He's done. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow, he is.
No, I'm not even. This is just normal laughing at that video. That video just gave me. Oh, it's just. I find it that funny. This is a natural funny that I find.
Oh yeah.
I thought the shit was fake. I didn't know what you guys were talking about in the chat at the time.
But hold up, before I show you guys the title, and the reason why I did it like that, James, was I was like, all right, because I know it's gonna have everybody who didn't see that video. It's gonna have everybody wondering, what the hell are they talking about? I didn't want to drop it in the chat because it's better to see your guys' facial expressions when you're watching the video. Like when I first showed James this shit, he looked so damn confused.
I kind of feel like you have to pull it up now to let people know what we're talking about.
Oh my god!
I don't want to pull it on the live though, or I would. It's a pre-show thing, but
will that get copyright?
I don't want to risk it. So I'll just say R. Kelly passport, YouTube. Go check it out yourselves. It's fucking funny.
Or go sign up for the Patreon, and then when the pre-show comes out, watch it there, and then you'll know why I'm laughing my ass off.
Oh yeah, because we can do a pre-show this coming weekend. We're
like
pre-show this coming weekend.
Here's the thing, everybody. I wasn't a part of the pre-show. I didn't watch the video with them. I watched the video, like Sturdy showed me the video. Was it yesterday or the day before or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
I watched it earlier today. I'm laughing this hard based on the memory of this video. That's how funny.
I got another video for you, Mick. I got another video I'll show you guys after this one.
Oh my god! If it's 2 girls, 1 cup, I'm not gonna have the same.
No, it's not that. Nothing to get you guys hard. It's something to get you guys to laugh.
Saying full mast over here already.
Oh man! But so guys, tonight, as you know, we're here for another awesome week of Star Trek versus Star Wars, Borgs versus Ewoks, First Contact versus Return of the motherfucking Jedi. Who the Jedi? And I'm happy for it. I'm fucking happy for it. I hope you guys are happy for it. Mick, I love the shirt. How's it?
I wore this sturdy gift.
Oh.
But I wore it because it represents both, and I love both these movies so deeply.
See that? And it has a Doctor Who reference on there, if I'm not mistaken.
It does, right here.
Yeah.
Firefly. Oh, man, there's so many awesome references on this show.
That was Firefly. What's that from?
Oh, that's a good show.
Nathan Fillion, right?
Yeah, the movie's really good, too.
I never watched Firefly, but I know of it.
It's worth it.
I can't pronounce it. I forgot the word is.
It's worth it. Serenity is the name of the movie.
Serenity, that's it.
Well, that's the name of the ship, and it's a Firefly type ship.
Yeah, and it's the movie too. The name of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Good show.
I pointed out Star Wars, Star Trek, and that one Doctor Who thing. Everything else, I was like, I don't fucking know what this is. Mick probably does.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And there's a picture of a passport on the back.
There is. That's his passport, right? That's his passport. That shirt is his passport. That's how he gets around. As long as he wears that, he's
Interstellar
good.
passport.
Passport. Can Robert take me to America?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
man,
just.
that shit is just.
I am going to work the word. Just as a warning, I'm going to work the word passport into random talking
You have
points throughout this
we're already doing
episode, just
We're-
to see if Mick picks up on it and then cracks up.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
I think you have to give it some time, but I agree. I think we should do that.
Just in casual.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
So I guess we can start off with First Contact. We're talking about R. Kelly, man.
Oh, he first contact. All right.
And I have a yellow lighter right here.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, I'll stop.
Okay, right off the
No,
bat, another Star Trek movie where they going back in time, and the Enterprise basically almost gets destroyed again.
But there's no time. There's no whales, so that's a win.
Yeah. But no, I don't hate it. I'm just saying I was waiting for Chris to mention something like another fucking movie where they're going back in time.
Again? What the fuck? But no, he really just hated the whales though, James. Like that was his thing.
Yeah, I guess. I think there's a giant fucking pipe floating in space. They're bothering
Yeah, nothing. Somebody was laying some pipe in space,
them.
Yeah, sorry.
and it was a black man.
Space
But yeah,
talk.
so first
Some
contact.
space pipe.
So the Borgs are trying to rewrite history.
Nope.
So I don't remember much of New Generation because I didn't watch it all.
I do.
I
I remember the episode where Picard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just assumed he was somewhere in the series he was kidnapped by the Borgs and everything and became a Borg because that seemed like a pretty big thing to gloss over had that not been the case.
Well, your resident Star Trek podcast host shall enlighten. Please refrain from using the words passport or shots or America. Wow.
Why I explain this really?
Well,
I literally just almost did a spit take. I almost did a spit take.
So, okay. I'm sorry. I really am. All right. I did that one to myself.
Hang on.
Hello.
That's what
Hi.
she said. Hi,
Oh,
James.
is this ratings? Oh, is this ratings?
No, I want to try something. There we go.
oh.
Go ahead, Nick.
Jesus. Okay, here we go. I can't look at myself, so I'll look at the camera. Okay, so here's the deal. This one is really directly connected to the show more so than like Generations was, as we just saw. So of course the Borg is the big bad from Next Gen. We do know that. Well, for anybody who doesn't know and wants to check out First Contact as they're watching along, Jean-Luc Picard, he becomes the cutest of Borg. He gets assimilated by the Borg at the end of season 3 and into season 4 until they save him and bring him back from it. But he is always haunted by it. He has a hatred for the Borg, and they have a thirst for taking out Starfleet, especially, and really assimilating all of the planets within the Federation. So that's kind of like what they're going towards. Jean-Luc has inner workings of how the Borg work, so it makes him an effective leader in the war against them, but they want him and the new Enterprise to stay away in this one. He breaks protocol, goes to find him, finds out in this one that the Borg are trying to go use a temporal anomaly to go back in time to Earth's past to stop Zephyrin Cochrane from going to do the first warp drive flight, which means that once the humans on Earth have their first warp drive flight, the Vulcans see them, and that causes us to have first contact with another species, meaning that we somehow create, relationships with other planets. So,
Of course, laid into Starfleet and everything.
Yep. So
there you go. There you go.
And there's no working for money. There's no money in the future.
Nope.
It's working to better yourself.
It's a utopia in the future.
It's interesting. I like it.
We didn't. Did we do? We didn't do any ratings yet.
You are right, Christopher.
You son of a bitch.
Chris Mungo. So let's start off with
First Contact for me is a 10, just as Wrath of Khan.
Nice. Whoa.
I love this movie.
Capital LO.
I'm going 9. This was definitely good, entertaining.
I'm going 8.
And me. I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. I'm gonna give it an 8 as well.
I give it a 9. I mean, Mick has all the back. I didn't watch any of the episodes or anything like that, so
Yeah,
it's hard for me to connect back to the show,
same
which
here.
is one of the reasons I gave it a 9. But I mean, it's for Star Trek. It's got a lot of actual action in it. This particular movie. I love the idea of them going back and basically seeing where warp drive was created and what led to the creation of Starfleet and the future that they are known for. I love that they go back in time to fucking 2063. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
After World War III.
After World War III.
Yep.
Like, that's fucking
After
hysterical.
the eugenics war too, after World War III, and it's in what I really liked about this one too, being able to see that. But there's so many tie-ins to other shows here that came after or happened before. So in the beginning, when they're fighting the Borg cube, and Worf is captaining his own ship, the Defiant. The Defiant is from DS9. That's their ship over at DS9, and Worf was already serving over on DS9 at that point. He wasn't the normal captain, Cisco was, but for this, he would be captaining the ship while he was out. So that's how they could kind of convene to get Worf to be, on the Enterprise for this movie, because on the TV show he was off. But James Cromwell playing Zefram Cochrane in the movie did go on to play him again in the first episode of Enterprise, which takes place with Scott Bakula as the captain. It's the first ever Enterprise.
Oh, wow.
And so Zefram Cochrane was still alive at that time, because it takes place not too long after this movie, where it's like they're at Warp 2. So it's like maybe another 50 years, 60 years after this. So
Worf is badass. I forgot how awesome Worf is.
Yeah, in the movies here they do him justice.
Yeah, but last week Mick said he's a bitch.
In the shows.
Watch the shows. Oh, well, actually,
so he gets his ass kicked all the time.
He's in Picard season 3. He looks badass, more badass than ever, and he actually like fights John Wick type style. Like it's pretty rad.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So
that's in the new Picard.
Yeah,
he's upgraded.
Season 3.
Good shit.
The new Enterprise is pretty fucking sweet looking too.
That's pretty cool.
I did like it.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I still like
Enterprise
like
H, Preparation H, right? Is that what it was?
Preparation H.
Let me ask you this about Cochrane. Do you think you need a passport for warp speed?
no. Yeah, no, you got to show.
I was trying so hard. Is that what the Vulcans came down to say?
Yep.
Where's your passport?
Passport.
Do you have your shots to be allowed into the Federation?
There you go. They just said it in a nicer way.
That's cool though. I like how they had where it was the Vulcans as the first contact.
I was gonna say that I like that they didn't allude to anything, any type of specific alien or something. They just like an alien ship's gonna be flying by the sky when you're supposed to take this warp speed drive, and that's what catches their attention. That's what brings them down. That's your first contact. That's what leads to the future. And then the big reveal when after that they land and the alien removes their hood and you see the pointed ears. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I think they did that really well. Like, I wasn't, I had not been thinking Vulcan the entire time. I just,
I don't know why. Story feels like Klingon or something.
Yeah, I didn't have any actual expectation when they said alien. I don't know why.
Yeah,
yeah, because they are like almost the most peaceful, right? Vulcan,
well, they are,
but
they'll fight like Vulcans.
No, I know they'll fight. But they are most.
So they have
Yeah,
a war. You know, they have war in them. It's more like they know, like with Klingons, like if they come up against Klingons, it's like, all right, just press the button.
yeah.
Let's just fire on them because that's exactly what they want, you know, sort of thing. It's actually, that's why I do like the show Enterprise, because it brings you back to like this beginning where you see how the humans and the Vulcans kind of hate each other in the beginning.
Well,
Like they can't stand each other, like, because you know, humans are flawed and brash and you know,
Vulcans are logic.
and
All about
logical
logic.
and cold,
Yeah.
and you know, so like they really just don't get along, and it's well told, and a lot of prejudice is played into it. So I like how they play into that. But this is a good movie in my opinion.
Is it just me, or the main Borg bitch look like a booger that you picked?
Wow.
Didn't she look like a booger?
Alice
Wet
Marie,
booger.
I
She
like
looked like
her.
a wet booger, man.
Oh my gosh.
I think she had her shots.
Yeah, it looked like it.
You know what? Damn. First off, why don't so the Borgs don't attack them if they don't think they're a threat when they're walking through the hallways
Yeah,
of
that
the
part bothers
Enterprise
me,
there.
Mhm.
Okay, but why not fucking take them out while they're in their pods, like one by one?
They adapt too quick.
But if they're in their pods and not active,
Because if you don't kill them first chance you get, you are a threat, and then they'll take you out. They'll already adapt by the time they'll adapt to however you're trying to kill them.
so when they are like stationary in their pods, like they're asleep, you can't sneak up on them and take them out one by one. They still adapt.
You can try. Yeah, like they've
How's
tried
that
before.
any different than when waiting until they're awake? Then probably no difference.
It's just that if they think that they're, you know, in some cases their stuff hasn't been strong enough to take them out. To kill them.
Worf had the right idea. He had that what's that called? Something tar? I forgot what his weapon's called. How you adapt to that bad boy? Motherfucker cut his arm, the dude's Borg's arm off.
Yeah.
That's why I like this movie when he goes into the holodeck and he turns off the killing and he gets the Tommy gun, because they haven't adapted to the Tommy gun.
Yep.
But then as soon as he shoots them, they are adapted to it. They can't use guns anymore.
One of my favorite scenes, even Data snaps one of their necks. Even Data's a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Such a great character, which me and you, we did talk about the behind the scenes, so I didn't want to bring it out front more. So between Data and I guess the similarities and differences between Data and Spock.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of how they're opposites, honestly, in their roles and who they are to their respective captains, and kind of like what they become.
Then you got Riker and Bones. Like each captain has two people on his shoulders, like one on each side of them.
Number one.
Yeah, number one.
Calling someone number one is a great way to motivate the rest of your crew.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Number one, follow me.
Yeah.
Number one, take the helm.
It's like
everyone else, sit down and shut the fuck up. Do what he said.
Yeah, it's that balance of, like, you know, you guys were talking about with like Bones and Spock, where you know, like one brings you to more you know, they both like temper his ego throughout.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know, and one in a more logical, but one in a more human way. Whereas with Picard, he's very stoic captain. He's very he's already logical, but he's also very wise. So sometimes he needs that brash type personality, that adventurous.
Oh, he did a Kirk.
Charge.
He said we're going to get protocol, and Data was like, "Fuck protocol."
He's like, to hell with orders.
Yeah, the hell orders. Let's go.
You notice, like, going through 7 years of the show, like a lot of that is Riker rubbing off, and other aspects of his crew rubbing off on him. In the beginning, he's not like that. He's very stoic by the book. And as they go off, like, this crew rubs off. So, like, by the time you get to this point, like, you recognize who he's sort of kind of calling on.
Okay.
And Data, for him, you know, Data was like a Spock character for him, but almost more like a son type character, which like grew into a friendship, like where Data always wanted to know what it was like to be human, whereas and he couldn't. He was, you know, and he was an android. He had all the information throughout the universe that could be known, but he could never know what it was like to be human. And Picard always tried to help him understand the human choices that came with everything. And so, and through that, made Picard a softer individual.
Yeah.
You know, and a more caring individual. So in turn made Picard more human.
And Data too, right?
Yeah. Data had a good understanding of things.
I mean, I did like the aspect of the hive mind, the female Borg, trying to find Data's weakness. They get to the point where they're grafting skin on him to give him human sensations, basically. I'm like, that's his weakness. He wants to know what it's like to be human. So they find it, essentially. And then it got weird when they went sexual with it. Not gonna lie.
Did he make a joke? He said it lasted 0.08 seconds. Did they? That's why he lasted.
No, they
blew a nut.
No,
he blew a couple nut and bolts.
The nut and bolts. That was when he was talking to Picard after they melted the Borgs. He's like, I considered it for a second. And he's like,
no, I
Picard's
don't.
Like, how long? Like 0.068 or something. Like, but for an AI, that's forever or something like that. But it got weird when she was coming on to him, and he's like, he's like, I know all the sexual positions and stuff like that. She's like, how long it's been, and he can count down to the exact minute he's last had to use a sexual activity. Like, this is okay. This is just move on.
This is why Mick loves this movie so much.
He's had there's a part of the movie though when he was deciding like he was going to blow up the ship before it goes into warp, he didn't have to do that part. He was already standing near that cylinder thing. He could have just fucking smashed it already before even going to the computer.
That wouldn't have given people time to get their passports and get out of there.
Yeah, that's true.
He's right.
That's right. Gotta get your shots. Yeah, that's right.
They need the time to get vaccinated, get their shots.
To where they have to
grab
go.
Passports.
Oh, and there's another part that bothered me.
For the escape pods.
So Worf, when they did when they're doing the code to do self-destruct, Worf is not part of the ship no more. Why was he a part of the sequence?
He's still a captain. He's still, he's still pretty high up in Starfleet. And
so for that ship, he still has protocol as a like a code to put in as part of the.
Well, you got to remember, in Starfleet, like he's a captain of a ship, so like if you need a certain level of officer, and those are the two officers that are there, they have clearance codes.
Oh, okay. That makes
it'll work. Like they can.
I thought it was just for people for that ship. I was like expecting Riker, Picard, and Data would be like the ones or something that have to have the codes.
Yeah, well, I mean, for the most part, the higher ups get their own codes. I mean, I assume like everybody, like, because it's like the Navy. I mean, sometimes you get first officers that are like, okay, I'm serving this detail on this sub for 6 months or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mama.
Being that I work for the Navy, yes, I do.
Oh, there you go. So, I mean, and I'm only basing that off of having seen Crimson Tide.
That's the same thing.
There you go.
There you go. They don't need passports though.
Or shots.
Yeah.
Right.
They just get by on their clearance, not a passport.
I hope Susan has her passports. Does she have her passports, James?
No. Never left the country.
One of the scenes I really enjoyed in this was the spacewalk on the outside of the Enterprise. I thought that was fucking cool.
With the magnet boots.
Yeah,
I
thought that was cool.
So you all right? I got to tell you a nerdy thing with this. All right, so I was watching this movie and I was talking to Mick, like I had him on restream. Did not have the screen on at all. I was watching it, but I wasn't sharing the screen. This motherfucker's explaining the scene as I'm watching the scene, just from fucking hearing the goddamn movie. He did it with this movie, then did it with Star Wars later on. I was like, this is some shit. Right
Hey,
here.
man.
This is some impressive shit right here.
Hey, when you watch the movies over and over again, man.
He was like, yo, is it I forgot both the scenes. Is it, hey, yo, is it at the scene right here where it's blah 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 blah? I'm like, what the fuck, man? How the fuck do you know that well?
I can hear it and I know it. I know those movies so well.
That's fucking awesome.
There's something, I mean, I can't do that with everything, but like the movies that I really fucking know, like I can do it with the Holy Trilogy on Star Wars. I could probably do it with the prequels, but it'd be spotty. I might get I'd say 60-40 on those.
That's fair.
The Star Trek movies, definitely Wrath of Khan, definitely First Contact. You know, most of them probably I would say probably 80-20.
Okay. That's not bad,
Back to the Future 100%. I could even quote it.
That's your favorite movie, though.
Yeah, and like the whole trilogy.
I feel like it's important to know you don't need a passport while time traveling either.
Actually, you might. You might.
That song, good. I'm good. I can. I know.
Yeah.
I know the whole thing.
I mean, you could travel to the future and get your shot, so you're safe in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ!
Bring that song with you and just play it for everybody, everywhere you go. That'd be like the music that gets the car going. Like, hey, I gotta play this song first. Like, this is the only way to get up to 88 miles per hour if this song's playing.
God. Dude, Jaws is another one. Now I'm just thinking. Shut up. Jaws. If I hear even if I hear the water in Jaws, like if I'm like my wife's watching or something, and I hear the water, I know what part it's at.
Hey, I mean, do sharks need passports when they go transatlantic? Who knows?
Nah, they don't need them.
Is there a fish passport?
Nah, they don't need them. They're good.
They get their shots.
Yeah,
they do. They don't go with Rob anywhere because never mind. Star Wars or Star Trek. We're still talking Star Trek.
Well.
We got way off track.
Also, the hive mind. So the main hive Borg, the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So she could see and hear all because she's connected to everything.
Mm-hmm.
The whole crew and everything, like she should be aware. Like it should be automatically anybody not Borg, catch her or kill him, or take over.
Yeah, but it's also why put more resources into something that's not worth it if they can't harm us.
Yeah, true. I guess. Yeah.
So like that's sort of where they're at. Like if we don't need to assimilate this person, like if we want Jean-Luc Picard, that's what we want. We're not going to waste our time with everyone else. You know, it's
crazy how fast they adapt, though.
Yeah.
They took that ship over real quick.
That is legit.
They did not fuck around.
Nope.
Whoa.
Plugged a couple hoses somewhere and just took over shit.
It's true.
Oh,
I like it though. I love this fucking movie.
This was really good. No, this was good. It was definitely good.
It was.
A lot of action. Picard kills, like he's so focused on trying to destroy the Borg. He kills off like 2 members of his own crew without even trying to save them. As soon as they're infected, basically.
Oh, he says he knows how it feels.
Yeah.
So
because the woman from Earth is like, you didn't even try to save him. He's like, and he just fucking doesn't even think about it. Just wipes him out.
No.
Well, he was that before. He says he told the dude, he was like, "You wish you'd rather be dead than be that fucking shit."
Yeah, it's tricky when it comes to the Borg with Picard. He gets pretty ruthless. Yes, and that's the beautiful thing about it didn't end until Picard season 3. Like it honestly, like the Borg story didn't even end until Picard season 3. So you're like, Jesus, like it still took 30 freaking years to tell.
So that's not the damn. So
no,
first contact,
it's
that's
still,
not even the main Borg. There's still more Borgs.
There's still Borg that go through. There was still Borg that were going through in Voyager, which was another show that happened.
Yep.
You know that, yeah.
Damn.
No, they never really get rid of them. Like
I thought that was the main hive. I thought that she was like the leader.
I'm telling you guys. And in fact, because this movie is as good as it is, and like just afterwards, just watch Picard season 3 to finish this off for yourselves. Do yourselves that favor. I'm not saying watch the first 2 seasons. Watch that third season. It's fits beautifully with this. It kind of takes place right after Nemesis. You'll thank me later.
All right, I may take you up on that. I may take you up on that.
And if I could plug 2 things before we move on to Star Wars,
passports. They're important,
guys. I got passports for you. Check out. We're going to be reviewing the movies coming up soon for Warp Factor Fiction. So if you guys are interested in that, but we did an interview with Jonathan Frakes, who directed this movie, on the Scene Snob. So go check that out. We got in depth about this and plenty of other stuff, Star Trek. So
wow, that's awesome.
Nice. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Oh fuck yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What was the other plug?
That was it. Just the Warp Factor
yeah,
Fiction.
like.
Oh, okay. I thought too.
And I have all my shots.
That's good.
To go to America.
Did either of you guys had to travel? Did you have to get a passport to go see each other, or was it virtual? Or?
It was all virtual.
Okay,
that's good.
Nobody was recruited or groomed.
Virtual passports.
That's good. That's good. It's easier that way sometimes.
Stay out of Ethiopia
and Chicago.
Fucking Chicago.
Yeah, stay out of both places.
Fucking Chicago.
Oh man, I'm wanting French fries right now from France.
Freedom fries.
Yeah, I'm not calling them that.
Oh my god! French fries weren't invented in France, right?
Yeah, I know, but I still want some from France. I'm sure they have French fries there by now. They have to.
Don't they call them chips over there?
Fish and chips.
Maybe that's fine. I'll accept it.
They call chips crisps, fries chips.
That's fine. I'll have some fish and chips. I'll go over there and get it.
And I guess they call European Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking funny.
Something I don't know. Somebody told me that one.
That's some of the lost material we have when we're just handing out and not recording.
Mm-hmm. We got to figure something out with that. Maybe we need to have like a fucking thing that's just always recording in the background just in case for some silly shit. I'll think of something. I'll work on something. Don't worry about it. Well, let's dive into before we dive into Star Wars. Do you guys have anything else you want to say about Star Trek?
No.
Just watch it. Great movie.
Good movie.
But there's 2 more movies with Picard, right? I think. Is it
3?
3?
Because Insurrection and Nemesis are the next 2, right?
Oh, there's 2.
2. Sorry, I miscounted.
Yeah, all right.
I forgot about Generations.
There's more movies with the Picard crew than I thought there were. That's all I say. But yeah, this was good.
After the next 2 Picard ones, what is it? The newer ones now with
then the 3 new Kirk. Chris Pine as Kirk.
Yeah,
good. They're good though.
No, I've seen a couple of them. The wife loves those ones. I've seen a couple of them. They weren't bad. I don't remember them, but they weren't bad. From what I remember. So those will be fun. She wants to watch those when we get to them. So yeah, a couple more movies. But
Star Wars. Return of the Jedi.
The motherfucking Jedi, guys. Oh man. Let's just dive into ratings right now. Fuck it. 10. Not gonna lie to you.
9.
I'm going 10, man. 10.
I gotta go 10. 10.
Yeah,
it gets 10 nostalgic points for me. Like Empire Strike Back earns a 10 in my opinion. This one I just love so fucking much.
Yeah, this is the one I remember, liking the most, I think.
Mhm.
Because just the Ewok part, the saving Solo, the final fight with Darth Vader and Luke at the end.
The fact that Luke takes Vader's hand when he's beating him in anger. And then he stops and looks at his own hand with the Emperor there over them. I'm like, fuck that. That was, I don't know the last time I've seen this. It's been a number of years.
It's been a long time.
But I was fucking excited to get back to this after watching these movies for this podcast. I'm like, I'm fucking pumped up to watch this now. And watching it in that spirit, I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. But
good.
You know the downside of it, like the downfall of it, though, for me is it's like I don't know the rest of these movies as far as I don't know the rest of the movies for Star Trek or Star Wars, but I'm going with the Star Wars one. So like after this and these past three, with this one right here and the other two, I'm on such a high because I love those three. I gave all 3 of them 10s. Love those 3, and it's like, oh fuck, is it gonna be downhill from here? What's gonna happen next?
It's like like it sure is.
It's like using your passport to go to a shitty country.
Oh god.
And there's no more Darth Vader, right?
In this case, I guess it'd be a shitty planet because we're in space. Like fuck.
By the way, one of my favorite things about R2-D2 is he just fucking runs right into things.
Yep.
He's fucking
he doesn't fucking think. He just fucking goes.
Hero.
That's one of my favorite. Dude, I want to buy the fucking Lego set of just R2-D2. Like that's how much I started to. Until I saw that it was $240.
Yeah, it's pricey.
I gotta hold off on that. But I'm like, fucking R2D. I think he might be my overall favorite character.
Mine too. I said the same.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
He's the hero of the whole fucking franchise.
He is. I agree.
Yeah, he is.
Dude, I love fucking R2-D2.
But fucking, so Luke goes. They save Solo. He goes back to train again.
Hold up. Before they save Solo, listen, there was a part in this movie with Chewie and Han Solo that had me dying. And I was talking to Mick about it, right? It's when Han Solo gets out of that, like he's melted out of that thing or whatever, right? And him and
Carbonite
the thing.
Oh, he defrosts
the thing. Yeah. And you hear Chewie, and Solo is like, "Yo, Chewie, is that you?" I'm like, "Who the fuck else would it be?"
I know who else makes that noise. I know, right?
Like it's him, and you already know that his other peoples aren't with him. They're not here. It's him. That's it. Like, who else is it gonna be?
And yeah, so they break in to save Solo from the carbonite from Jabba the Hutt.
Yep.
Leia goes in there, gets him out of the carbonite. Let me ask you this: is there a more famous cinematic bikini than the golden bikini?
That's a great question. Okay.
Is the
Okay, I would actually argue cinematically, as a cinephile, yes.
Oh.
If not more famous, as famous. Right? Now in the geekdom, in the world of geek, no, probably not. But you asked cinematically, so I'm gonna say
okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna say Bo Derek running on the beach in 10 in that 2-piece was pretty iconic.
I don't remember
cinematic. You don't have to remember it. I said cinematically. Oh, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, the Monster King. Phoebe Cates was another one. Her taking off the top. Her was pretty big. Who else? There's what's her name from James Bond coming out of the water.
I know which one you're talking about there. I knew who that. I know who.
Was that Pussy Galore?
Yeah, I think that was her name.
that her name? I think it's some fucked
Her
up
name
name.
is-
Like
That is one of the James Bond's women.
Yeah.
Ursula. I think her real name is Ursula.
I
thought she was talking about the
checked-
Little Mermaid. I was
So
like, wait a minute,
I
calm down there.
I checked Chat GPT, and Chat GPT said Return of the Jedi with Leia.
Okay.
I didn't go crazy with the anthem. I'm just going with that with the top one.
Most
I know you guys,
most well-known cinematic bikini.
yeah. Most
Honey
cinematic.
Rider was her film name, he says.
I was disappointed on the
said
way
that
that Boba Fett died, though. That was a weak death for Boba Fett.
Honey Rider was her film name. All right.
Well, that wasn't a death for Boba Fett. It's canon now. He's back. He has his own TV show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, true.
He didn't die.
They did the cartoon thing, like it punctured his.
No, but I'm with
James.
James. I'm with James on that. Them taking out Boba Fett the way they did. I'm like, it's a little cheap.
Like, come on, yeah. I was like, this week.
They didn't take him out.
But
well, you know what I mean. But
it's not like they knew they were heading towards a TV show.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like an epic battle or something. Like him and Luke are gonna be like fucking going
Like,
at it.
I'll say biggest complaint about this is like the twin reveal. Like Luke talking to Leia and them realizing they're twins.
They're like
creepy. A little bit, but
I always knew. I felt that I always knew. Why the fuck
like,
make out with him? You fucking sicko.
There's that. Like, there's no big revelation. They're like, oh yeah, okay, and then they just go on about their story.
Yeah, but then you got Solo jealous.
Can somebody please edit that scene?
Oh shit!
So Luke just looking at Leia going, "Do you have your passport?"
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
And answering the Monster Kings, the bands. I like the original pre special effects. I'd prefer to watch my VHS over anything, but so I don't like all that stuff, but if it's on TV, which you're going to get the special effects versions, it's almost like not when Jabba was a man. Like Jabba was still in the suit. Jabba was still okay. I don't know what this person's talking about. No, he was a man. No, he wasn't a man on the VHS copy. No, he wasn't a man. Not in the original. He was cut from the original. They added that later on in deleted scenes. Okay. No problem.
Oh, they added that on in deleted scenes? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was filmed originally in A New Hope. Jabba was a man. And then when they did the special features, they did re-add Jabba in there walking around at the spaceport. Mm-hmm. And what they did was they, used the best version of special effects CGI to make Jabba move around over the guy who was walking with him at the time. But they also supplied the deleted scene so you could see the guy walking with them too. But the original Return of the Jedi, he looked like Jabba as he does.
Okay,
interesting.
It was just an actual suit. It was practical.
Okay, nice. Okay, yeah, I never knew that shit.
The only other thing I thought they handled weird was Yoda's death, because Luke goes back to him to kind of finish up his training. Yoda's like, I'm old. I know my time's coming, but there's no clear indication his time is coming in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, because he was like, I'm going to sleep now. I'm going to sleep now.
I'm going to go to sleep now. And it's not like he started to die until Luke actually asked if Vader was his father. It's like, Yoda's like, I'm going to die now. Well, I tell you.
I don't want to tell you.
Pretty much.
I was waiting to make sure the last thing I had to tell you was important, and this is it.
And he goes, I don't have to teach you nothing no more.
You're good now. My time's done.
Like, your training's not done yet.
Yeah, and then he just rolls over and dies.
Yeah.
But he said this is another Skywalker or something too. You can't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
You have a twin.
You're not the only one, but I felt like the Yoda death might have been a little bit of a cop out.
Yeah, they also set it up for Leia because Luke said to Leia that you have it in you too. Like she could become a Jedi.
Yeah, but
like,
they knew they were wrapping this up. They knew that wasn't going to be the thing.
Yeah, but the thing with that though, we got to talk about it, guys. Talking about Leia and Luke. When they pretty much Luke's pretty much, you're my sister. She's like, I always knew.
That's what I
you
said,
always knew, but you had your tongue down this dude's throat trying to make another dude jealous just a little while, just a few weeks, just about a month ago. But you always knew it was your brother.
Creepy. Yeah, they made it creepy.
Oh man.
She wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't making out with him.
No, it's not. It's not Space Alabama.
Yeah, she needed to get her passport to get out of there.
That was her passport.
Yeah.
You ever kiss your sisters like that, guys?
No.
I don't have a sister.
The rule is you don't.
All right, that's fair. All right, I can't argue with that. I never kissed my sister like that.
Yeah.
Yes, in the first movie, that was a good luck peck on the cheek.
Yeah, that one is fine. Yeah. That was acceptable.
That's fine. That's normal.
In Empire Strikes Back, she is trying to make Han jealous.
Oh yeah.
And that is the one where it's hard to sell the somehow I've always known.
Yeah.
Like again, the first one's so innocent. You almost forget. The first one you almost forget. Because it's not that, you know what I mean? It's a peck on the cheek, whatever. But then the second one, that one just stands out.
I mean, you know how there's no laws out in the sea? There's no laws in space, apparently. That's
I guess not.
You got a point.
Listen. Things are spread out.
That's
legs in particular.
Fucking little Ewok is just like
dude, Ewoks are fucking awesome, by the way.
They are.
I think we're all at the age where we're supposed to like Ewoks. Like, you know how
I've always liked them. Even when I was a kid, I just always liked those shits.
No, that's what I mean. Like, we were that age as kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That we were gonna like Ewoks.
Okay.
I like the one that stole the fucking the bike thing. The fucking
that was fantastic. Where he stole the hovercraft and it just took off through the trees and stuff. That was fucking
I forget what the things are really called. I know every fucking vehicle has a name. I don't know the name.
I liked when the Ewoks take over the giant machine there with the legs with Chewie, and they're fucking fighting and trying to walk and shoot it. Like, that was fucking good.
I like the whole thing. Even like so I was told a story back in the day by a friend who worked on the movies, not that he worked on the remastered, and he worked on some others, so it was more special effects stuff. But he had heard from another person who had worked at Lucasfilms. So again, this is all legend, but I like the idea of the legend, so I kind of maintain it. So I'm just going to tell. So that's your disclaimer. Not saying it's true. I'm not passing it off as true. I'm not saying, hey, this is a fact. Put it on IMDb as trivia. I'm just saying.
Mick Manhattan told us this specifically.
You have your passport.
You cut this clip. You put the disclaimer in.
As spoken by Mick Manhattan. From the Scene Snobs.
He heard from a man that a man heard from a man.
And it's kind of one of those things, like when you heard it, you're like, I just don't want to check that out. Like, it's just one of those things. I don't care if it's true or not. Like,
two girls, one cup.
Oh, Jesus.
That's funny.
No, so David Lynch, I guess, was tapped to direct this movie early on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he was tapped early on to direct this movie because George Lucas didn't want to direct. So he got Irving Kershner to direct Empire Strikes Back, and he was going to have David Lynch direct Return of the Jedi. When Irving Kershner, now the idea of it was that Irving Kershner smacked it out of the park, grand slam with fucking Empire Strikes Back, and George Lucas didn't love that, and had the guy pretty much like blackballed, right? And cut off like David Lynch from directing, but liked certain elements of his plan. And one of those plans was to have the 3 fights, which was the lightsaber fight on the lightsaber battle on the Death Star. Through the window, you see the space battle, and through that, you see the planet. So, in one shot, you get all 3 battles happening at once.
Okay.
And that was sort of, I guess, a David Lynch idea that George Lucas took when he took back over. So, and it was just a story I heard that I always thought was like, well, that's cool. So, like, I just kind of like, in situations like this, I'll tell it, but it's not like something I'm going to pass off as like, oh, this is so true.
So Mick said this happened. And
shut up. Yeah. You do not have a passport to tell that story.
He doesn't.
That's how we're going to advertise this episode.
IMDb.
You got an IMDb?
Manhattan told spinning yarn.
I'm gonna go edit it. I'm going to put Mick Matt for fact quotes that Mick wrote that.
Here we go.
You're gonna just put quotes on it.
Yeah.
Mick wrote that.
Just say at the end, Mick Manhattan wrote this.
Mick says he wrote the script. With David Lynch.
That's it. He wrote
it. One night at a bar, David Lynch and Mick Manhattan wrote Star Wars. George Lucas stole it.
Yeah,
George Lucas didn't even know what the word trilogy meant until Mick and David Lynch came along.
Yeah.
Well, that's so. From what I understand, was when he got let go, like he was pissed off, and that's what caused him to take Dune. To kind of show like he could make a sci-fi epic,
and then he didn't.
And he did, and some people like it. I fucking hate that movie. I hate that original movie. People love it though. I get it.
I completely forget when I watch these movies that Star Wars changes scenes like it's a fucking PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, they do. It does. It does.
But like as soon as you get back into that mode after watching it for like 5 or 10 minutes, you just accept it and you're like, all right.
I swear to God, that was either George Lucas or his editor fucking with the goddamn people. Because when you go to film school, they tell you don't fuck with the wipes. Like, and that's like when you're editing, they're like, don't fuck with the wipe, don't fuck with star wipe, don't fuck with heart wipe, don't fuck with, the wipe that just kind of waves over. Any wipe, just don't. You want to fade out, you want to fade to, you want to dissolve, fine. Don't fuck with the white.
Don't fuck with the whites. You're getting racist. Don't fuck with the whites. You hear that?
That's what I heard over and over. That's what Mick is taking credit for working with David Lynch, and he's saying, "Don't fuck with the whites." That's
don't fuck with the whites.
Wipes. There's a P in there.
Now he's talking about R. Kelly again. Now we got R. Kelly, but there's some P in there.
Robert was not talking to the wipes. So
holy shit.
Oh my God. No, the wipes. Wipe like wipe on, wipe off.
Like the song, like the boozy song. I get it.
Oh my God. So you don't mess with those when you're editing because they're terrible for transitioning. And like they go on to show you, here, watch Star Wars. That's all George Lucas or his fucking team does is uses wipes. And I swear to God, it's to troll people. It's what are you fucking doing using some of these wipes? Like I swear, because like they don't make sense. It's not like it's not like they're uniform. I swear to God, he just threw them in there for some of them just to be like, they don't care.
But like Chris said, you get used to them. It don't.
I mean, you accept it after a while.
Yeah, it's fine.
But like 15 minutes into this, I feel like I'm pretty sure I use these same effects on my PowerPoint presentations in high school. Switching between slides.
Holy shit.
Oh man. I wasn't mad at it though. But guys, what else do we have to say about Star Wars?
I like that the Ewoks worship C-3PO. I thought that's fucking funny.
That was awesome. And
Luke's like, tell them you're going to use your magic if they don't let us go, and levitate C-3PO until they do. I'm like, that was pretty good.
I like that. The idea of Obi-Wan. I might go back and look at that smirk again. The idea of him seeing Luke and Leia together for the first time since their birth.
Ooh,
that is interesting.
That is a good idea.
Good point.
I like
It's
that.
a good one.
That is fun. I like that a lot. Thank you.
Luke's on the path to try to save Vader. Vader eventually throws the Emperor off the edge.
Picks him up with one hand, like fucking like he's a bitch.
Yeah, he could have did this it seemed like he could have did this so much fucking long ago, but I get it. Like he was just like, "Yo, look, that's my son." Like
he was finally at, Vader finally got to the breaking point where it's like, watch his son die or knock the Emperor off.
He did do a sneak attack. If it was like 1-on-1, Vader would have lost. Like if there was like a battle, right? If they went 1-on-1.
Oh, it's a one-handed Vader versus the Emperor, yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying if Vader was by his, like, had his hand and he was like, I'm going to challenge the Emperor. The Emperor would have beat him because he's the strongest. But he grabbed him from behind and picked him up over his head and just threw him over the fucking edge.
I'm sick of your shit.
So, yeah, it was a sneak attack.
Are you calling Vader a pussy?
No, I'm calling him smart.
No, I'm saying it was smart. It worked. I think he just used the force and like push him off the edge.
He was so beaten by that point. He thought he lost everything. What's the point of just not serving?
Yeah.
You know,
and he was going to replace him. He was like, kill your father, be my new right-hand man. So Vader's like a piece of trash now.
Yep.
So Vader's what the hell?
I feel like between Vader, the love of his son, like where he called him Anakin, I feel like the love of his son, and just the fact that the way he was talking to Darth Vader, like certain shit where he was like, all right, pretty much, you be my new thing, kill your father, you be my new thing. Vader's like, all right, now I'm just a piece of garbage. Nah, fuck this. Fuck that. But Mick, this is more of a question for you because I have no idea.
Well, you're not going to find this out until Rise of Skywalker. So it's a bit of a spoiler, but just to not give too much away until we get there. But no, not a clone, just a child. He just had a child, and then that child had a child. So that's it.
There you go.
Space nuts getting blown everywhere.
It's. I know. I hate it too. It was a dumb explanation.
Space nuts getting blown.
No, we have some just space nuts out there flying around. Mm-hmm. What do we think about Vader unmasked?
Oh, how he looks. Oh, he is older.
I like that for
the
end.
For its time, yeah. And what they were thinking back then, yeah.
You can help me take this helmet off so I can see you with my own eyes. He tells Luke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was watching this with Mick. I just heard something like he started crying and shit. He's like, I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens every time a space nut happens.
Yeah, I know. But this was a good movie. Like I said before, this trilogy here I haven't seen since my childhood, so it was awesome seeing it again. It's something I may revisit. And the only thing I would add to it is Revenge of the Sith. Out of the whole franchise of it so far, and I'd be fine with those. Just those 4 right there.
Nice.
That's all I need. Just those 4.
Just those 4.
Yeah.
Well, you got 3 more coming.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna watch them. I can't.
And even more Star Trek movies.
Very true. Yeah.
It's really fun. No,
but yeah.
I'm just mad that Vader's done. He's gone. I'm a big Vader fan. I always liked Darth Vader.
Same here.
It's just in my mind, because I didn't watch these movies for so long and I was really young. I thought in my head, like, Vader was like way more badass. Like I in my head, for some reason I had him like destroying shit left and right whenever he came in a room. He was just like fucking shit up for some reason. I don't know why.
It's more. I mean, he does that sometimes, but it's more of his overlooming presence and just the way.
Yeah, that's the popularity of him and all that. So you kind of just have this thought of him of being this powerful being, which he is, but he's still like an underling of someone else.
Yeah,
so it's like,
that's the thing. There's so much great imagery in this movie That just doesn't. That's why I'm like, it's probably from David Lynch. It's David Lynch's. Listen,
another quote from Mick.
Not his story.
Yeah, it's like it was probably. Why is Return of the Jedi good? Mick Manhattan says it's probably David Lynch.
Yep. There you go. There you go.
Let's tag Lucas in everything we post.
Oh my god! Don't do that! Please don't tag me.
He's part of Disney. He'll take us down.
I'll be looking for my passport in no time.
No, he'll be blowing us up because he'll be laughing. He'll be getting the jokes and understanding the humor.
That's Robert, take me to America.
And he'll be he's somewhere you don't want to go where he's at right now.
Robert's being taken to America.
He's gonna take you somewhere else. But you know what? We're gonna take you guys on out of here. Make sure you guys go check out the Scene Snobs. Go check out Stories from a Bar. Go check out Horror with Sir Sturdy. And be here next week at 9:00 Eastern time to check out some more Popcorn and Pints. And listen, Mondays, you guys gotta check out our Patreon. We're talking about Ted. But we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for popping by. I greatly appreciate you all. Peace.
Peace.